Hey guys, my name is Aaron and I'm a firefighter paramedic, and today we're just going to be going through what I carry every single day. There was a comment on one of my other videos, and so that's why I'm going ahead and going through this video just to show you guys what I carry. And of course, tailor your gear to where you're working. This is just going to be a general idea of what I carry, and I take more of a minimalist kind of approach to my gear and the things that I carry with me. And I do that because a truck is always going to be coming with me. Whether that's a brush truck, the engine, the ambulance, I'm going to have a lot of equipment coming with me and a lot of other guys coming with me. And so I kind of carry the bare necessities and things that I found useful for my career. And so first, we're going to go ahead and start with my radio and my radio strap. Depending on what truck I'm on, I'm going to get a different radio. So this is going to be like the engine radio. We have radios for our brush truck, and then we have radios for our ambulance. And if I'm riding on the ambulance that day, I'll just grab the medic radio. If I'm riding on the engine that day or the driver that day, I'll grab that radio, and so on. And so the radio is always something that I carry with me, and I have just a leather radio strap that I keep with the radio, and this is how I know that I'm always going to have my radio with me. Over here, I have a carabiner, and I just clip it right here onto one of the radio clips, one of the wire clips, and there's not much on it. It's just a regular carabiner. It's not for climbing. It's just to hold my personal things. And so I have a couple little keys on here. These keys are going to be exactly the same key. They're just for my gear locker and for my personal locker at work, just so I can get in and out and keep things locked up at work. And then, actually, this little thing here, this tag, this is something that my nephew gave me a few years ago. And so I just keep it on here. It just says my name, and I just keep it on here, and he got it from the aquarium when he went. And then, back over here, I have a multi-tool. It's just strapped onto my radio, onto my leather harness. And it's just a multi-tool. You can pull it out. There's going to be just pliers. There's a pair of scissors, a knife, screwdrivers. And I know I always have my radio strap with me, so I always have my multi-tool with me. And then over on the back side of the radio, I can unclip it, and then I have a pair of trauma shears. And I just keep them right in there, and I don't have to unbuckle it to pull the shears out. I can just move this elastic band to one side or the other, and I can go ahead and pull the trauma shears out. And so that's what I carry on my radio strap. Now, in my bunker pants, not a whole lot of pockets. In this pocket over here, I have a pair of work gloves, just leather, just work gloves. I use these pretty often for our rescues or just kind of training or just moving things around. And then I have a pair of medical gloves, and I just keep these just in case we go to like a car accident or even a fire, and I bunk down and I know I have a pair of gloves with me. And then over here in this pocket, I just have about 25 feet worth of webbing. It's kind of daisy chained together, and so I can undo it down here, pull it apart, and I'll have my 25 feet. It is attached to a carabiner. This carabiner is rated for climbing, and so I can hook this onto something, hook it onto myself, and this is going to be more for personal rescue and other firefighter rescues. So that's it for here. Down over here, I do have my hood, and I keep this hood in my left pants, or not my left pants pocket, my left boot. I keep it in my left boot. When I take my bunker pants off, I go ahead and stuff it in that boot, and it kind of sits out just like that. So I know it's always in my left boot, and so I know if I go ahead and just throw it on, the face piece, my face is going to come right out of the hole. And so I know I always have it on in the right direction, and then I know which side it's always going to be on. And then over here, I have my bunker coat, just like this, and I have a clip here just for my structure gloves. I have a pair of structure gloves that I keep here, and this is going to be like my primary set of structure gloves. Over here, I have a radio pocket that I actually use for a tool, and I have a bit of webbing on there and a knot so it's easier to grab onto. And then I kind of marked on the webbing. I marked on there just in case this starts pulling away. I'll be able to notice when it starts pulling away because it won't be touching the end of the handle anymore. And this is a pretty new set for me. I had gave another pair to a guy. We had a structure and a brush fire. It just kind of turned into one big old thing. And so I gave my other pair to a guy, and I never got him back. So I just went ahead, got this. And so this is a new pair. I use this or something like this pretty often, maybe cutting through fences, cutting through wires. It can cut little branches on trees and on brush. And again, I just keep that in this radio pocket up here. In this front coat pocket down here, I have just another pair of medical gloves. This pocket over here, I have 10 feet of webbing. And this 10 feet is going to be daisy chained. Again, I can just undo it, pull it all apart, and then I have 10 feet worth of webbing. And then it's going to be a water knot on the other side, and that's just going to hold it together in a big old loop. And I can use this for victim rescues. And then I guess, you know, not I guess, but it can be used for firefighter rescues as well. And then I have this piece here. This is just going to be a cherry bomb. It's a cherry. You can use this to prop open doors. This bent nail, you can hook it over top of a door hinge, and it'll help keep that door open. And then this is just a wooden dowel down here. And then up front over here, I have my structure helmet. Nothing much to it. It's just my helmet. And then this bag here, this is going to be the bag that I keep my mask in, my SCBA mask. And I can go ahead, undo it, and now I have my mask. And I got little pieces of tape here, just so it's a little bit easier to grab onto. You know, just a little bit more of like a handle to grab onto. And so that's the way I personally do it. And that's my mask. And then also inside of this mask bag, I keep another hood. And I have this other hood just in case I misplace my other one or my other one is soaked. I can go ahead, put on a dry hood. And then I also keep an extra pair of structure gloves in here, just an older pair. And again, if I misplace my other gloves, they tear, you know, they're damaged, or they're just soaked, I can go ahead, throw these on, and I'm so good to go. And then finally, I have my gear bag. This is what all of my gear will be in. If I just go ahead and store it or I'm transporting it. All that I have in here is an extra set of suspenders for my structure gear. I have some more medical gloves. I have another one of those cutting tools. And then I go ahead and I have some Febreze. This Febreze, I just kind of use it if we're doing some minor training or minor gear workouts. I can go ahead, spray my gear down, and just kind of helps to make it smell better, disinfect it a little bit. And then we also have disinfectant spray to spray on it as well. And that just kind of gets us by in between washes. But we do try to wash, or we do wash after every single structure fire, brush fire. And then we go ahead and wash about every other shift, every 2 to 3 shifts, we'll go ahead and wash. And then I have just like a little decon pad. It's almost like a big, you know, alcohol pad, essentially. And it's just to kind of wipe down your face, wipe down your skin, and get some of those contaminants off of you after a fire. And so that's it for what's in this bag, what's with my gear, my structure gear. I do have my wildland gear, and then I also have what's on my person, and so we can go over and go ahead and talk about that stuff next. All right, so now this is the little bag that I carry for my wildland fires, my brush fires. I'll just go ahead and throw this into the brush truck, and this is just something that I carry. It does have my gear in it, but when there's a brush fire, you know, I'll have this gear on, and then I can stuff this thing full of my waters and snacks that we carry on the trucks, and so that's just kind of what I do. In this front pocket here, I am going to have just an extra hood. It is an out-of-service hood. It's not the best. There is a little bit of damage to it, and so it can't be used for structures anymore. But I do use this just for like protection for my ears a little bit, my neck, my face. Sometimes I can pull it up over my face and my mouth to kind of protect some of that a little bit better. And so that's why I have this in here. And then I have my helmet. This is a brand new helmet. We just got it really not too long ago, maybe a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. Great little helmet, you know. It has the chin strap. I just kind of clip it back here, and then I can unclip it, put it on the right way. And then it has this piece here. This will just go around your face and your mouth to kind of help protect that area. And then I also have my wildland coat. And so this is what the coat's going to look like. In this front pocket down here, I carry just another pair of little work gloves. I'm constantly having to replace stuff, and so I just get real cheap $4 or $5 Harbor Freight's gloves and replace them, you know, as much as I need to. And then over here, there's going to be nothing in this pocket down on this side, the front left pocket. There's going to be nothing there. I just don't carry anything in that pocket, except I might put like a little snack in there or a tool or just something small if I ever need it. And then there's going to be my pants. These are my pants here. And in this front pocket, it's like a cargo pocket. It'll have another pair of gloves. Again, real cheap, so I just have them everywhere. And then just a real cheap pair of goggles. And then this other cargo pocket, there's going to be nothing in there. I keep that open for snacks, water, tools, anything that I might need to carry with me. I just leave that open. And so that's that. And then also in this bag, I carry just another pair of cutters. And this might be one of the tools that I carry with me. Cut through fences, cut through little twigs, and same type of thing. I just have like a little rope on there because it's not going to be in high heat. It shouldn't be in high heat. And so this works out great for this. And then finally, what I carry just on my person every single day, every single shift, it'll start with my watch. This is just going to be a regular Apple Watch. I got it for Christmas from my sister, 4 or 5 years ago, 3-4 years ago, something like that. And it's just something that I always have with me. I just have a cheap Amazon case over top of it, and it's just a screen protector. In my front right pocket, I just have my personal cell phone, and that's all I carry in here. Front left pocket, I will always carry another pair of gloves. I carry just a real cheap pen, and then my chapstick. Right lower quad cargo pocket, I have just my personal wallet and then my work badge. And then over here, right now I just have the the microphone kit that's plugged into the phone over here that's recording, and then the microphone here. Sometimes I might carry like a pair of headphones, AirPods or something in there, but right now I've just been carrying this and then the phone that I'm using to record with. And then this little pocket right here, it's just going to have another pen just in case, you never know. And then it's going to have a Sharpie. And this Sharpie, I'll go ahead and use to write times on tourniquets. I can write on bed sheets, just information about patients, trauma patients, just real quick information just so that everybody knows, because these sheets that the patient's on is going to be transferred with the patient. And so, this is a way to kind of write down just basic information onto that bed sheet. And then I can also use this to kind of mark around swelling, bruising, and maybe time it even. And that'll kind of let me know and others know and be able to watch the growth and the time it takes for that growth to happen. And so that's it. I don't really carry a whole lot. That's basically all that I carry, and that's basically all I've ever really carried. Most of our stuff that we're gonna need is gonna be coming off of a truck, whether that be the brush truck, the fire truck, the engine, or the ambulance. And so I don't really need to carry a whole lot on my person because I know one of those trucks are coming with me. And so that's it for this video. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. Thank you. Bye.